Hey everyone, Mr. Clutch here. Going to go over today's action on SPY and QQQ. Pretty ugly day overall. If you kind of look here at the end of the day, you came out of pre-market and we just chopped in this pre-market low and high all day. It came out a little on both sides, but a pretty tight day overall. It's at 412.10 to 410.70, so about $1.50 roughly all day. So not a lot of movement, not a lot of moves to catch. So this should be short and sweet. If we look here, you kind of see how the pre-market you're coming. You got a little trend line you could build here. I don't know, this early. This isn't. We've been seeing some of these breaks real early off like the first candle or two. I don't like this one. It came down, faked out below, and came back up. So with the pre-market high just above, your EMAs are backwards here. It's not something that I'm looking to take there. But I mean, all through this morning, there's really not an entry anywhere to be had here. I mean, there's nothing. You're waiting for it to get up and over, or down and below, and then you can try to take a pullback. But just nothing was happening. There was a nice little trend line right in here you could have caught, and that on days like this, just let it build out to create these. Don't try to catch stuff in here unless you're just playing the ranges. But find areas where long trend lines are developing. So obviously there's one here after this came down, and then this respected it. This wicked through it and came back. This came down, respected it, back to the top, chopped almost like a little kind of like a bear flag. I mean, yeah, bear flag here, but it's just stuck right there under the 13, and your EMAs are working on crossing here, and then it finally starts pushing down and breaking off that. That's a really good entry right there, and you could have caught a really nice move there. So looking at the chart, in a perfect world, that'd be your first move of the day. And then it's kind of hard to catch this down here. You've got a lot of consolidation down here at the pre-market low. Yeah, I mean, you really can't even draw a trend line here. You just be guessing on something there. And Q's had a better trend line here, so we'll look at that in a minute. So yeah, really, it's hard to catch anything here. The next best thing you probably could have done on SPY is drawn a trend line like somewhere right here. See if we get that a little better to line up. Something like that. And then when it starts breaking down here, you can take a shot. Again, this is just purely a long trend line breakdown that you're playing. It's not anything off the 2-minute strategy, and your EMAs are the wrong way, and you've got, as you're coming down here, you've still got your pre-market high you could bounce off of. So you're just taking a shot with a tight stop, hoping that you get a nice move there, and you did. It was a really quick, fast move. So let's look at Qs. I think it had a little bit better opportunities today. So this one actually did have a trend line out of the pre-market that you could have played potentially, but it wasn't it wasn't looking super good the way it lined up. So I don't think you'd necessarily take that there. So the first one I'm watching here is the same one, kind of like on SPY, but it's this one actually. SPY was better on this one. I mean, you could have caught something there, but it'd have been quick. So really through all this, you're just kind of letting it chop. Here you actually got well above and you're waiting for a pullback, but then the pullback just sinks in back into your opening range. You get above again. Kind of looks like a pullback here and holds a little bit, but no follow through. Your 200's right there, so you're not really longing underneath that. Comes all the way back down to the opposite side, just up and down the whole way here. Let's see, this one I believe had a better trend line here, yeah. I think that trend line, because you got these wicks, and then it hits a wick here, and then you're off. So that was a nice little move there. You're able to catch that one. I got in this one here just because, there was nothing really to work with over here. I guess, I almost missed this one here. This was actually a really good bear flag. We're trending down, putting in lower. lower lows here. It kind of flags back to the 48 and chops around here and then breaks down from the 13. So this here was a good, let's check volume on that one. Let's see. Yeah, volume's kind of trickling down here at the end of that. So yeah, that was actually a really good move there. You could catch a really nice 2-minute strategy play there off that test of the 13. Even here, it's not bad. You're still not truly trending down here, but your EMAs are lined up right, and you got a good test. It's pretty steep try, but I like this one better. And then yeah, if you're able to catch that and ride it up, and you're getting out somewhere there. And then lastly, this one had a really nice trend line down here. You got several touches along the way, strong trend line as you're breaking down here under the 13. Underneath your trend line, you could get a nice quick move there. I don't know what that went percentage wise, but I bet that was a triple digit move there percentage wise if you were able to trail your stop and get out somewhere as it started retracing quickly. So anyways, again, not a pretty day, not a day where you just look back and go, man, look at all those opportunities for entry. So yeah, you just got to wait these days out, especially ahead of CPI tomorrow, I believe. And so you expect some tight ranges going into that, and just don't want to do anything stupid on days like this. So if you don't trade, you don't trade, but you only want to try to take the best setups. And I think this is probably the best setup here was on this chart as far as like looking at for flags back to the 13. But there were some nice trend line plays. But again, you're just playing these, with tight stops, hoping you catch a move back to the top out of this one. Here you're somewhere in the middle, so you've got some room to get back down to the bottom and hopefully catch that move. So anyways, all in all, not a ton of action, a lot of watching charts with not much going on. So hopefully tomorrow we'll get some good moves, and we'll reassess and look back at the end of the day at what took place. So thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.